up, midnight tokers, afternoon hailers, and AM hookah smokers? This is the AM Hookah Podcast. We are a weekly podcast every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking about the world of hookah here on YouTube and on Twitch. I am the M in the AM Hookah, and with me is the guy that needs no crazy introduction, but gets one anyway because he packs his bowls sideways. It is Adrian.
I'm going to cut you off right there.
Adrian Hunter. How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Chilling out, smoking something. I have no clue what it's going to be because it's my first time smoking it. Talk about that in a minute. This is kind of a weird one because there's going to be so many more people on the show than we usually have, which is kind of weird, right?
Yes, this is crazy. This week we are joined by someone who is a maker in the community, someone who had a dream and followed it through. He makes luxury hoses that are custom to the order, and he's a sports fan. He's a hookah enthusiast, Mr. Derek Moses of Moses Hoses, and we are also joined by his sister, Devin. Devin is his sister's name. Sadly, I don't know enough about you to make a grand introduction, so I apologize, but how are you two doing today?
We're good.
I'm good. It's a Monday. We got some snow coming, so it's like nice time to sit down and chill and smoke and relax. And I'm excited to be on the show again.
It's already snowing here, man.
It's snowing here too.
It's not good.
We got
time to move.
We got 10 inches yesterday over in Idaho, and it is crazy. Like I love the snow. It's the one reason why I never want to leave Idaho. But like at this point, I think I'm done with the snow. I'm done with the cold. I'm ready for something better to come across already. Before we get too far into the show, I also want to make sure that we spend some time kind of introducing ourselves to Devin because we don't know a ton about you. So if you don't mind, could you give us the quick little rundown of exactly who is Devin Moses?
Well, I'm Derek's sister, and I am the artist behind Moses Hoses. And that's pretty much it.
That's awesome.
I do all the painting.
And Derek told me that you're actually the one that originally got him into smoking hookah. Is that true?
Yes. I started when I was about 13, and I think I introduced it to you. Oh, yeah, that sounded bad. Cut.
18. She meant to say 18.
We're live.
And I introduced to Derek just a couple of years later, and yeah, ever since then, we've kind of been doing it together.
Very cool.
Yes. So before we get any further, let's go ahead and check in real quick with our producer behind the scenes, Mr. Bracken Cox. Bracken, how are you doing today?
Matt, I am doing excellent. Just behind the scenes, doing behind the scenes things.
That's awesome. I do not have the chat window opened at all for me today. I have too many things going on my computer screen, so I'm going to need some major help from you and Captain Wetbeard taking a look at that. If you guys in the chat could please share the podcast, let people know that we are live at the moment. We have Derek and Devin Moses of Moses Hoses on the show right now. We're going to be playing a game. Is that correct?
What?
Are we going to be playing a game today?
No, we are. We are playing a game.
Oh boy, this is going to be exciting. We have a lot of moving parts in today's episode.
I hope I win.
You're what?
Yeah. You heard me loud and clear.
Don't talk shit. That gives them ammo.
They are gonna win.
No, Adrian, we're gonna do this, man. We're gonna team up. We're gonna synchronize our brains, and we're totally gonna do this. I know we can, Adrian.
We're so fucked.
Oh my gosh, this ought to be a real fun time. Bracken, we'll get back with you in a little while. What are you smoking though, Bracken? Just so that everyone at home knows.
Yeah, I busted open some Alpha Comma Lemon Mint, and this is, I mean, I'm afraid to say this. This is the first time I've ever smoked a lemon mint flavor.
Hold on.
I know, Adrian, it's okay. I know. You talk about it all the time, so I bought some, and now I'm smoking some.
What do you think?
I am enjoying it, and I've been smoking it like in all the different methods.
And
so we'll let you know as soon as I'm done with all three.
Flavor.
It's definitely a flavor I would smoke again.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
All right, so let's go ahead and so normally we talk to the chat here. I just want to quickly make mention of all the awesome people that are here hanging out inside of the chat. We got Wayne, Rose F. Death, Etch Games is here, Captain Wetbeard, of course. My lovely wife Bridget Dezen is in the chat at the moment. We also have everybody between Urban Shisha. Maggie is here. Kenneth is here. Raul is here. We have the whole gang. Everybody is chilling out, relaxing, and looking for some exciting times because I guarantee it is definitely going to be something. This will definitely be something. We have a fun-filled show planned with a game that is actually going to be hosted by Bracken. That's going to be really cool. It's going to be the team of AM Hookah versus the team of Moses. To see who knows their partner better. Plus, we had Derek on during season 1, obviously, so we want to talk to him more about what has happened over the course of a year since we last was able to talk to him. But before we get into all that, let's go ahead and talk about what it is exactly that we are smoking. Adrian, what are you smoking tonight?
Apparently nothing. It's not coming through yet, but I may have made the mistake of underpacking my Goodfella V3 a hair. It should heat up in a moment. This is actually the first version of the matte Lotus on top of a V3 Goodfella on top of a matte pear with the regular hose, which is kind of a punt. I should have gone with a different hookah so I could break out my original Derek Moses hose. That was a punt. I'm glad Matt didn't drop the ball on that one. That was genius. And then in the bowl, I've got some San Diego Sunset, which is an Azure dark flavor that I know nothing about and probably won't for the next 10 minutes until this figures out how to hookah. What about you, Matt?
Well, I actually have some super exciting news because besides the fact that I'm going to tell you what it is that I'm smoking, we're actually officially sponsored. This is the very first episode that I'm able to say that we have an official sponsor for the show. We are actually going to be sponsored by Prestige Bubbles Coconut Charcoal. I believe you spoke. Thank you very much. It's very exciting. This is by far my favorite charcoal that's on the market today, so it's super cool that we were able to get a sponsorship through them. So we'll be talking more about them in the future, plus doing some cool things with them. If you guys haven't tried the Prestige Charcoal, I highly recommend it. I love their jumbo flats. I think they're the perfect medium between a cube coal and a flat coal. They have a great heat output. Honestly, they're just a fantastic coal. But we will be talking more about them in the future. But this segment of what we are smoking is actually sponsored by Prestige Bubbles Coconut Charcoal. And so is Adrian. Adrian as a person is sponsored by Prestige as well.
That's right.
But today, I am actually smoking out of my Like Smoke with my Derek Moses custom hose that I got for my birthday. And the flavor that I chose to go with is Static Starlight from Tangiers because I love that flavor. And then I decided to smoke Derek's Salty Tears because I'm using the Mountain Breeze from Alpha Kama that I won from our bet that we made when the Titans played the Philadelphia Eagles. And let me tell you, Derek, this is delicious right now. Absolutely delicious. I am loving
it. Like victory?
It
probably tastes like victory, doesn't
like
it?
victory. It's fantastic. What are you guys smoking on at the moment, though? What is Derek and Devin smoking right now?
So yeah, she doesn't know, but
no idea. It's mint.
It's 50-50 mix of what is it? Peppermint shake, which is a good flavor. I don't like it as much as everybody else does.
I like it.
I'm a fan.
I packed it because I knew she would like it, and I got pure vanilla in there too to add some more of that shake that I think the flavor itself is lacking.
Huh.
So
I
got it in my stone bowl, my purple stone bowl. Got it in my B2 with a wine sleeve I just made for over the weekend, and obviously using one of my hoses, brown floral embossed leather.
I'm surprised you decided to go with a Derek Moses hose. You know, I thought maybe you'd be different and just put on like a Mia hose or something. I don't know. Really surprising there. Not, very surprised at the moment. I have actually not smoked anything from the Pure line at all. I've never tried their mints. I've never tried anything from Pure. What is the hype?
Okay.
Is it good?
I'm gonna bash this name, but is it Morangi? Is that how you pronounce that? From Pure?
Maracuja?
No. It's not that one. It's one that Jroc from over at Hookah Nuka would always plug. And I tried it. That was amazing, but I don't know exactly what it is. But that's the only Pure flavor I've tried, and it was outstanding.
I think
and FML.
Pure's a little underrated. Obviously, the FML lines are great. I think most people can agree with that that's a good line of mints, and they have the 3 different kinds too. But they're Maracuja. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's as good in my opinion as Alfakama's passion fruit.
Oh boy!
Fight me over that, people.
Ooh,
all right? It's that good. It really is that good. I could not tell the difference between that and the Alfakama, and everybody loves the Alfakama passion fruit. So you should check out that flavor. It's very good.
Man, I'm gonna have to try that now. That is some fighting words, especially on this show. We're big fans of Alpha Comma here. I know you are too. I'm not saying that you're throwing anybody under the bus or nothing, but I definitely want to try some stuff from Pure eventually. I don't know why I just never have got around to buying any of their stuff. There's so many things on the market that sometimes it's easy to not grab something right away, obviously. So I think that could possibly be the reason why. So
real quick, my buddy Rami Elsner, it is Morangi. It's mango orange flavor, which makes plenty of sense when you enunciate that and think about the word. Thank you, Rami.
Very, very nice. All right, so let's go ahead and talk into our... So the next thing that we'd like to do here at the AM Hookah Podcast is talk about any videos that me or Adrian may have come out with, but not just us, because actually you are also a video creator here on the YouTubes, Mr. Derek Moses. So I would actually like to stop by and talk to you first. Have you released any new videos, or do you have any new videos going up anytime soon? Over on THL, the Hookah Lounge YouTube page.
Yes. You can check out all the videos I do are on the THL, the Hookah Lounge YouTube page. I'm trying to get more into making content. The most recent one I did was an overview of stone hookah bowls, which, if you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of Brandon and his product. I did an overview of all the different kinds of bowls that he makes, since a lot of people just don't know exactly what's out there. And when he releases them, you kind of got to make a purchase decision pretty quickly. So I thought that was a good idea to show people the different kinds of bowls that he makes. There are a couple of other things I want to be putting out soon. I'm going to do a brass cleaning, a brass polishing video pretty soon. A more simple way of doing it, no tools, no heavy machinery or anything like that. A pretty simple and straightforward way to do it that I like doing. And a review of the Al Jamal hookah, which I know a lot of people know that I have, and not a lot of people in the U.S. have it. So I've been wanting to do an overview and review of that hookah. So those are the two things that I'm going to be doing coming up pretty soon.
Very cool. What about you, Devin? Are you going to be joining Derek on any of these videos, or maybe doing a video yourself? No, why not?
You'll probably never see me in a video again. I'm like
you're in a video now.
Partner. I prefer to be in the background.
All right. Very cool. Adrian, what about you? Have you released any new videos between the last time that we were live?
Yeah, there is the review that came out after last Monday's podcast on, oh gosh, it was on alpaca grape with berry, and that was a absolute garbage fire.
You mean berry with ketchup?
We call it ketchup.
Ketchup berry, yeah.
Ketchup.
Berries in a bowl of ketchup.
Ketchup berry.
And then, speaking of Rami, who's in the chat, actually, it's going to be tomorrow afternoon, the first of the reviews of the tobacco that he sent me for review is going to be coming out. It's actually going to start with an Azure Dark flavor, and you're going to have to wait to see it because I'm like stuck between three. I'm going to make that decision on the fly like I always do.
Very, very nice. You're smoking one of the flavors that you got from him right now. Has it started to come through with the flavor at all, that San Diego Sunset? I'm really interested. I don't think that's one of the names that I'm not familiar with actually from Azure. Are you getting any particular notes from it?
It's sweet. It's definitely a fruit of some kind. I can't figure out exactly what it is. Ask me again at the end of the episode after I've had time to like have a migraine over it.
Okay. I like the fact that most of the Azure flavors are very sweet and almost kind of candy-like. Like they're very, I don't know, there's something about them that are definitely my style of smoking. They're very, very satisfactory in the sweetness department, and that's something that I really enjoy. I think some of them even come across tasting kind of gummy-like, which I know may be like blasphemous to say to some people, but that's what my taste buds are picking up at least. So, right before this video went live over on my personal channel, I'm Matt Dezen. I actually uploaded a video that Bracken is going to really, really be a fan of because it's our game night where we play Duck Game on the Gamecast this last week, and it was a fantastic evening.
Won so many bowls at the end of that Gamecast.
Yeah, if you want to find out what our cryptocurrency is, the bowls that you may be able to get a part of, then all you have to do is join us over on the Gamecast. Whenever I'm hosting the show, I'm doing something kind of experimental. It's not something we're bringing into the main show quite yet, but it will be here maybe eventually someday. Who knows? We're just testing it out, testing the ground, seeing exactly what we can do with it and stuff. But you can go and check out the highlights. I cut everything down from the hour-and-a-half gameplay that I did to about 10 minutes, and there's some really fun and good moments there. Bracken, I'm sure you really appreciate it. Isn't that right, Bracken? He's not
not going to talk?
Bracken, no, you don't. Nothing. You don't have nothing. What are you going to spend those 95 bowls on, Bracken?
Matt, I know you're enjoying this. I don't have 95 bowls anymore, Matt.
What happened?
I have 2.
What happened, Bracken?
Oh, Matt, you were there. You were there.
If you guys want
Do you
to find
remember
out,
that play with the ice block?
yeah,
Oh my gosh, I watched it like 6 times.
Let's not spoil the fun, and
Okay.
let's let them watch and find out.
Yeah, if you want to
Sure.
know what happened to Bracken's 95 bowls, go and check out the Gamecast. You can watch the replay right here live on the channel. And also, you can always check out the Gamecast every single Wednesday night. And then you can also check out Technical Difficulties. This last week was actually Adrian's turn, and he was doing different methods of packing an Egyptian bowl, which I thought was super fantastic. If you guys have not seen those 2 videos, make sure to go check them out. You can see them right here on the channel, obviously. So, moving right along, let's go ahead and talk about THL a little bit. We don't have any breaking news. I feel like the show's going to have a lot of interesting things going on, having the awesome Moses company here with us, obviously. So, but I do want to make sure that we mention that we are partnered up with THL. They're doing this awesome thing, lifestyle brand. It's very exciting. They have the group over on Facebook, obviously, but even more than that, they're turning their whole entity into a lifestyle. If you smoke hookah, you want to be a part of what THL is doing. Derek, if you want to talk a little bit about THL and what THL is exactly. I know you're a moderator over on that group, correct?
Yes, I'm a moderator there. It's been, I guess, a little over a year since I've been a moderator there. It's the place I kind of found my home in these groups. I'm a part of most of them, but it's where I kind of found my place. And recently, we, wanted to pursue something different where we could be influential in taking people who are open to smoking hookah, but don't necessarily have setups or will only smoke it at a friend's house or at a lounge, and introduce those people to the lifestyle that we live as enthusiasts, and introduce them to that lifestyle of hookah smoking and get them into the lifestyle and thus into becoming an enthusiast. So that's kind of the whole idea behind it. Mm-hmm. And, we have a whole bunch of things planned. Obviously, we have the gala coming up in New York. I know, Matt, you'll be there.
I will be.
I don't think Adrian or Bracken will be there. But,
sadly.
Devin and I will both be there, and we're excited for it. It's going to be a really cool event, and it's going to be totally different than what you've seen with other meetups or the expo. It's going to be an experience, and that's kind of what the whole lifestyle thing is about, is introducing people to that experience.
That is very exciting. I can't wait for it. I've never been to New York before, so I'm super excited to do that, obviously. To meet you guys in person is going to be absolutely fantastic. Devin, after this whole thing is all over and you never want to see me again, then you got to interact with me in New York as well. So that's going to be great. Are you also on the Facebook group over on THL as well, Devin?
Yes.
Very cool.
I'm not very active, but I'm there. I see everything.
In other words, everybody from now on, whenever you make a post, make sure to tag Devin every single time. And just whatever you're doing, just say, hey, Devin, what do you think about this pack? Or, hey, Devin, what do you think about my setup? Or, hey, Devin, what'd you have for breakfast? Anything and everything, just tag her in it just for fun, guys. Okay, just start tagging away.
Definitely do it.
But
No comment.
we're super excited here at the AM Hookah Podcast to be partnered up with THL. All right, I think I have bought us enough time. Bracken, I hope you are ready to take over the hosting duties. Before we jump into that, I actually here we go. We're gonna do something for the very first time. This is exciting, guys. I'm excited for it. How well do you know your hookah friend? Is it enough to get this hookah win?
Matt.
Yes. Hello, Bracken. You are now on the stage. Hi. How you doing? We are here.
Hey guys, how are you?
Take over, Bracken. This is your time.
Matt, thank you so much for the wonderful intro, and for the info. We're really glad to have you guys here. Guys, one and all, welcome to the first of many, hopefully, AM Hookah Podcast game shows. I'm your host, Bracken, the brackdaddy Cox, the host with the most, and there are no other funny things I could say because Matt didn't write them for me. How are you guys doing today? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good. I'm excited. I can't wait for this. I think this is going to be a blast. I have no idea what's going to happen. I have given you the ball with this completely. We are trusting you, Bracken. We are trusting you.
Well, I can't say that's a good idea, but I appreciate it. Matt, Adrian, you guys host the annual podcast. You guys are no stranger to having the limelight shown on you. Derek, you make the hoses that everybody wants, and they call him Moses. You are the man behind Moses, Hoses, unofficial name. Devin, Thank you for joining us today. How are y'all doing down there in the Leather Hose District?
We are doing good. We are nice and warm inside while it's snowing outside, and we're nice.
I got a question. The people want to know: are the pelts safe? Are you keeping the leather in a humid environment? Is it temperature controlled? What's that look like when the weather gets frigid? Your bedroom. Oh, okay. There you go.
In my own bedroom.
Okay. Well,
they're stored safely away from the dogs.
So what you're saying is every night Devin reads them a bedtime story.
No, I don't live here anymore.
Oh, okay. Devin moved out. The hoses moved in.
Yes, that's actually exactly what happened.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to the podcast. Here we are. We have a special treat. You may not know it, but earlier this weekend, I didn't give them very much time. I sent out a bunch of questions to each of our 4 contestants.
Fuck.
The game is called... Matt, you want to say it again? I mean, I love your voice.
Okay, hold on. Let me play it one more time. Here it
Don't
goes.
cue it up again. No.
Here it is.
One more time for the people.
How well do you know your hookah friend? Is it enough to get this hookah win?
Is it enough for the hookah win? We pulled our contestants, and we have teams of 2. We have... I just have to say thank you very much for wearing a uniform. The team from the Leather Hose District are representing. They have the same colors. Matt and Adrian, next time, we will have to figure something out because they are killing it. I can feel the synergy.
Yeah, well, we
Matt, do we need to go change into our AM merch right now?
That's a great idea. We don't have time. Next time.
We match.
Bubbles.
We got it.
Yes,
Rematch.
Team Prestige Bubbles.
Prestige
There you
Bubbles.
go.
We're sponsored.
Yeah.
Well, here's how the
Sponsor
show's going to work, guys. There are 7 questions that we have asked each of our contestants to answer for themselves and to predict what their teammate is going to answer. If you've seen the show, The Newlywed Game, it's kind of similar, except our contestants aren't married. So not to be confused with that portion, but
not even in
kind of
common.
similar
weird.
structure.
That would be very odd.
We're going to have 4 questions. They're going to be easy. They're going to be 1-point questions. I didn't tell our contestants which questions are worth more and worth less because I just wanted to keep them on their toes. We got 4 1-point questions. Then we have 2 5-point questions. And finally, we have a 10-point question. So that last question that we're going to ask today could be the make or break moment in the game. You can pull from behind and zoom ahead and grab that victory, or you can lose and not win. The choice is yours.
And also, Bracken, I don't know if you know this, but we actually have a trophy to give away to the
We do.
winner. We have a trophy. Whoever wins this is going to be able to take home a trophy in their inbox and show it off to whoever they want to show in their inbox. That's up to them.
So there you have it. After the show, be sure to check one of the Instagram channels or one of the Facebook pages because the winner is going to be flaunting their victories, their spoils of war.
Spoiler, it's going to be us.
Spoiler.
Yes.
No,
That's correct.
I have to keep a straight face because I know all the answers, and I think I know who's going to win. But y'all don't, and the people out there watching don't, and that's all that matters.
Oh, God.
So if y'all are ready, we're just going to jump right into it.
Let's jump right into it.
Here's how it's going to work, guys. Teams of 2. I'm going to ask one person on each team to answer the
By
question.
the way, I don't know. You may have mentioned this, but Wetbeard will be keeping track of all points.
Yes,
I just saw that.
Captain Wetbeard is going to be captaining the ship of points. So if there are any miscounts or bad calls, he's the guy that you need to go talk to after the show for messing it up. Not me, not Matt, Adrian, Derek, Devin, none of us. It's just Wetbeard's responsibility at this point on. So here's how it's going to work. When I ask you the question, I'm going to ask Matt the question. Matt's going to answer how he thinks Adrian's going to sway. Same with Adrian. Adrian's going to be answer what he thinks Matt's answer is going to be. And the same goes for you guys down there in the Leather Hose District. All right, stop the collusion.
They're in the same room.
They're in the same room. So first things first, no foot taps or anything like that. Morse code, I don't know if you know it, but don't use that. And as always, don't text your answer to your teammate because that's cheating and we don't like that.
Never even thought of that.
Okay, what is happening? Adrian, I knew that was you.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please. All right, first question. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. We're going to get right into our 1-point questions. Matt and Adrian, you guys are the hosts, so we're going to start with the other team because you guys live here. Derek and Devin, this question goes out to you. Remember, you're answering from the perspective of your teammate. If your teammate had to choose between a Lotus, a Provost, or the Cole on foil traditional style, what would they pick? Devin, we're going to start with you. What is Derek's choice on Lotus Provost
That wasn't the question.
or Cole on foil. It was.
The question was, what do you use?
Devin, this is not okay what you're doing right now.
Stop it.
Okay, what do they use the most?
The question, yeah, what do they use the most? Not
I
what
feel,
do
I
they
feel like
prefer.
what they use the most and preference is kind of
No, preference is different.
okay.
We have a
First show ever, speed bumps and wrinkle that we need to iron out. I do appreciate you coming and helping us fix these.
Okay.
What is the most used method from your teammate, Devin? You're
Okay.
up.
I said Derek uses the provost most.
Okay. And Derek, what do you think Devin uses more?
Cole
Provost, Lotus, or Cole on foil?
Cole on foil for sure.
Okay. We're going to hold on to that. We're going to transition to the AM team, the home team advantage. Let's see if all these years of making podcasts and rambling about important information has paid off. Matt, the question falls on you.
Okay.
What is Adrian's most used?
Well, even
Lotus,
though,
Provost, or Cole on foil?
well, even though he's using a Lotus right now, and I've really tried to think hard about all the times that we did different shows together. I spent some time really thinking about it, and if I had to guess what he prefers and or uses the most, I actually decided to go with I decided to go with Cole's on foil is what I actually chose. Thinking
That is what you chose.
That is what I chose. Yes, that
is what you chose.
Okay.
I can see it, so there's no shenanigans.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I got to answer now, right?
Yes, Adrian.
I want to preface all of this with I was not able to go back and check on the answers that I submitted to Bracken, so I could just lie a bunch, and I'm sorry for that.
No, it's
but I
all
believe
good.
the answer that I submitted
Yeah.
was Matt prefers Provost.
That
on
is
foil.
what you submitted.
And that's what I'm going with.
All
And
right.
I feel fairly confident that we're right.
All right, so this is how the scoring is now going to work. There are 2 questions, 2 parts to each question. If you get both right, that's 2 points. So each kind of question is 1 point, right? Matt, Adrian said you use the Provost more. Was that correct?
That is correct. I do use the Provost.
That is correct. All
Yes.
right, we got a 1-0 lead.
Woo!
We're gonna put
Only
Adrian.
by semantics.
We're gonna put Adrian's answer on hold. We're gonna bounce over to the
Hey,
Leatherhouse
hold the
district.
fucking phone. No,
I like the way you do this.
Devin, you said Derek is going to be using the Provost more. Is that correct?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes.
Was that the correct answer?
It was.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We got a 1-1. It's a close game, guys. We got a lot more questions. Let's get on to the next part. Adrian, Matt said that you use Cole and foil. Is that correct?
You know that's correct.
Hey,
it's the best way to
good
smoke.
one.
Yes! Oh, yes!
You know, insert the 808 air horn. All right,
Uh-oh.
Leather Hose, you guys are up.
She uses Cole on foil.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes. Oh, man. So off to a really good start. Both teams know their partner, their teammate, their business equal. On to question 2.
Ooh.
This question we asked was, what is the teammate's favorite brand of shisha? Favorite shisha brand? I thought this was a good question to ask. Kind of tests, see if you know what they're smoking. And if you
Devin and
don't-
Derek can't talk. Stop.
I know. Collusion will result in a loss of points.
The answers are already written in the stars.
I don't know how much you paid,
Right in the
Bracken.
stars.
They are written in the stars. Yes. All right, Adrian, what shisha brand does Matt smoke more often? Or I'm sorry, what's his favorite? There's the question.
Matt's a fickle man. I was stuck between 2, and my 2 choices in my head were Alpha Common and Tangiers.
Uh-huh.
I went with Tangiers just
Tangiers.
because Matt is an OG, and I feel like he would stay true to that. I hope I'm right.
Okay, let's switch it up a bit because last round I almost lost track of who I had asked and who I didn't. Matt, what is Adrian's favorite shisha brand?
Oh, you're going to have to remind me what I wrote because I had 2 as well in my head. You
had 2.
The 2 that I thought in my head was either going to be Alfaker or Nakla. Those are the 2 that I was guessing the most of. And I decided to go with Oh no, I already see his
Tangiers
face.
is what you went with.
And Tangiers is what I decided to go with, I guess. I don't
So
know.
it wasn't Alfaka or Nakala.
No, that was for a different question. That was for a different
completely left field. Completely left field. He went with Tangiers.
Tangiers, yeah.
Adrian thinks Matt's is Tangiers. Matt thinks Adrian is Tangiers. I have a spoiler alert. One of these is wrong. One of them is wrong. They're only going to get 1 point this round. Let's find out who doesn't know their partner best.
Oh no.
Matt, what is your favorite shisha brand?
My favorite shisha brand actually is Tangiers. That is what
Are you sure about that?
I am not azure about that because I think I actually put azure because azure is something that has come up to me lately and I've really been enjoying.
You put azure,
and I put azure.
Was Matt's favorite. That is. I'm sorry, Adrian. You don't know Matt as well as you thought you did, but Matt does know you as well as he thought he did.
I'm disgusted right now.
So we do have a 1 point going to the AM team. I believe that makes the score 3-2.
I'm smoking Tangiers right now. That's why I was thinking Tangiers at the moment. I apologize.
All right, guys. Derek and Devin, I'm going to ask you, what is your business partner, your friend, your siblings' favorite shisha brand? We're going to start with Derek. What do you think Devin will choose if she can choose her favorite shisha?
I think that she chose Fumari.
Okay. Fumari. Okay. And Devin, what is your guess for Derek's favorite shisha brand? And you can only pick one.
Two. And I chose Afakama.
Okay. So we have Fumari and Alfakama. It's, Alfakama, however you want to say it. It's really good shisha. So, Derek, what is your favorite shisha brand? It's not Alfakama, is it? It's Azure. Oh man. And Devin, what about you? What'd you pick? Was it Fumari?
No.
It wasn't Fumari, it was Alfakama. So we have a 3-2. This question really stumped it.
Yes!
Guys, I would recommend just
You knew Alfakama.
It's okay. You guys can fight about it once the cameras are off.
We're gonna win. So easy. It's gonna be so easy to win this game.
Oh, trash talking coming in. We're gonna hold that till the break. We're gonna go to our third question now.
Oh my god.
And this was a general question. So this is what is your partner or sibling or whatever's favorite shisha flavor type? Trying to broaden the horizons. It's not a brand, but a flavor type. So we are looking at question 2 on the list. Excuse me. All right. Derek, what do you think is Devin's favorite shisha flavor type?
It is, without a doubt, mint, with mint in the base, with mint gum in her mouth. Fuck it, put mint leaves in there, put mint to decorate the tray. It's mint.
Oh, man. He is very sure about that one. All right, Devin, you're up. What do you think? What do you think his favorite shisha flavor type is?
Spice.
Spice, nice, and anything nice?
Yes.
All right. Well, we're gonna award 1 point to the Leather Hose District on this one. Somebody doesn't know.
Can I curse on here?
Yeah, we've already been cursing, so it's fine.
It turns out to smoke hookah you have to be fucking 18, so we say fucking fuck a lot.
Not 13.
Not 13, Devin.
We're gonna cut that.
Yeah, in post, it'll be fine.
Derek, you do know your sister. Her favorite flavor type is definitely mint. In the gum, in the leaves, you name it, you got it right. Derek picked his favorite as. Do you remember this one, Derek? You want me to read it off for you?
I know what I wrote.
What did you write?
I wrote savory.
Savory.
That's not fair.
I feel like he gave you a really, really wide window to hit. Because if you had named any savory flavor, I would have given it to you.
You could have put
That
steak.
is not fair.
You could have put steak, and you would have been okay.
He likes spices.
A little bit of sibling rivalry going down in the Leather Hose District.
Yo, wop wop though.
We're gonna get 1 point. Captain Wetbeard, I know you're out there. Go ahead and award 1 point to the Leatherheads down there. And we're moving on to the AM team. Matt, what is Adrian's favorite flavor or favorite shisha flavor type?
Okay, I'm trying to remember what it is that I put. Hold on, we have some echo.
We do have echo.
Yeah, I don't know where that's coming from. I think just too much crosstalk. We have some echo. I would also like an official tally for the points real quick because the points in the chat are just like the exact same the entire time. I don't know if we are just 3-3, if that's what it is, but I'd like an official tally.
We are 3-3, right?
We're 3-3, but you guys are finishing this round, which means you could pull ahead moving into the fourth question. So, Matt, you picked.
I picked
as
Adrian's
favorite flavor type.
I believe I just
citrus.
I put citrus. Yeah, okay.
You put citrus.
Okay, that makes sense.
Adrian,
because he talks about citrus all the time, so obviously it makes sense. I can't put LaCroix.
It does make sense.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and say, Matt, you could have been more specific. You knew this one. I don't know yours. I'll tell you what you wrote. You put. I know what I wrote.
He loves candy.
Yes,
not citrus.
No, this is mine.
Adrian guessed that Matt's flavor was candy.
Yeah.
Specifically like passion fruit, but I had to generalize it to candy. But
candy? We'll go with candy. We'll keep it general. Yeah. All right, and now we're gonna throw this one up to the room. Matt guessed citrus. Adrian wrote lemon mint. Does that count?
No.
Does that count as a flavor type?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it does.
No.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It totally does because it's a citrus. Because you also like orange mints and you like Four Seasons a little bit. You like anytime that there has to deal with something citrus oriented, like a lemon mint, which is a citrus flavor. Like that is the baseline of what it is you like, right? Right, Adrian? Citrus would make sense, correct?
Yeah, but I think you were right, but you could have been so specific, Matt. You know this.
Yes, but it was a general question.
Let's take it to the chat, everybody. Yes or no? Right now, yes or no? Does that count? We're gonna move on to the Leather Hose District while we get the word in from the chat. They are the final judge.
What did Adrian?
Does lemon mint count as citrus?
What did Adrian guess for me?
Adrian knew you.
Okay.
Adrian said that you wanted candy flavors, and Matt, that is what you wrote. So we're definitely gonna get them a point for that. There is 1 point on the board floating around for the citrus mint. I'm looking to see if it's in there. Everybody's saying yes. I'm seeing it. Yes, the chat has spoken. I am very sorry, Devin. I know that you do not approve of this, but when the chat speaks, you listen, and that's how YouTube works.
Wayne is the only person that's going against us. How dare you, Wayne?
We're gonna award the points and move on. That is 2 points on this round for the AM Hookah team. Captain Wetbeard, thank you so much for keeping tally.
Bull.
Hookah bowls. Yes, you need them to smoke. We're moving on. Devin and Derek, you guys got that one almost right. Adrian and Matt, they got it all the way right. They're pulling ahead. I think they're up by 1. I think we had a 1 point differential going into the fourth.
No, they're up by 2.
Oh, they're up by 2. Thank you. Like I said, Captain Wetbeard, you are MVP for this one. All right, so here we go. This is the fourth question. After the fourth question, we're going to take a pause. Got something special. But for the fourth question, we asked, making sure I read it exactly how I wrote it so that Devin doesn't get upset. We asked them, what is your most used bowl? And we gave them the opportunity to say make and model. Some people didn't. Some people did. If you get close, we'll get it. We'll award it. Okay, so we're going to start with the Leather Hose District. Derek and Devin, what is your most used bowl? Make and model.
Me first.
Devin, what do you think Derek answered?
All stone, everything.
Okay. All right. And Derek, how do you think Devin answered?
She better have answered stone because I bought it for her for that reason.
Well, that sounds like collusion.
As rock solid as Granite is, the Leather Hose District is pulling ahead with 2 points. They clean the round. They know each other and their bowl preferences. Not so much on the other categories, but they know what bowls they like.
Bull.
Bowl. You mean to say it's B-O-W-L. Bowl.
B-U-L-L.
Bowl.
Spell. Learn spell.
Spell, she said. Spell. Adrian and Matt, question to you. You're answering this from your teammate's perspective. What is the most used bowl, make and model of your teammate? Adrian, you're up first.
I'm so fucked. I can't even remember the answer.
I'm scared of this one.
I want to say it was the Alpaca Edgy. What did I say, Bracken?
You said Matt's favorite bowl is the Stone Vortex.
Okay.
That's what you said. That's what you said.
I hope past me is smarter than current me.
I hope maybe. Time will tell.
Empathetic.
Matt.
Yeah.
Do you remember your answer? Or would you like for me to read it to you?
No, I think I remember. I think I put the Hookah John, I put 80 feet, but it was in reference to like 80 feet as a generalization. So 80 feet, 80 feet resurrection, or the 80 feet bowl by Hookah John. Any of those 80 feet bowls.
Any of the 80s collection, flashback, throwback,
Matt,
Thursday.
You guessed this on a previous episode and you got it
Unfortunately,
Oh.
you guys are just coming up with goose eggs on this one. Neither one of you got the answer right.
Oh, no.
Matt's favorite bowl is the Unica from Hookah John, which is not a stone bowl.
Dude, get a better bowl.
It's a great bowl. It's a great bowl. It's a wonderful
And
bowl.
Adrian's favorite bowl is not the 80-foot Hookah John bowl.
It's not. What is your favorite? What did I guess before and get it right? Was it just an Egyptian bowl?
No, his favorite bowl is the Alpaca Surrey Bowl.
Oh my gosh! How did I?
You
get
should have known
wrong?
that one.
That was a close one, but we're not going to give it to you. I'm so sorry.
All right,
Matt, are you taking over this next part?
I am. I have something prepped and prepared. This is just a moment. I have something that I'm going to play and we're going to listen to. It's not as cheesy as the intro to the game. I promise, Adrian. I promise.
I hope it is. I really hope it is.
It's not. Here it goes. Thanks for joining us today. This game show is brought to you by the following sponsors. Prestige Bubbles Cocoa Charcoal, bringing only the good vibes. Use the new Jumbo Flats or the Standard Cube to keep your hookah smoking and allow yourself to relax and enjoy this great hobby. Prestige Bubbles Coconut Coals, sold at all the cool vendors on the internet. The AM Hookah Merch Store. Find all the AM stuff that you love. How about a coffee mug to start off your day? Snag a hoodie while it's still cold to help stay warm. Don't forget to grab some stickers as well. And most importantly, listeners and viewers like you, we appreciate you for subscribing. And please don't forget to like and hit that bell icon to be notified the moment we go live. Now back to the game. Da-da-da.
Thank you,
Free
Matt.
roll ads.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt, for that wonderful segment.
That's
We do
wonderful.
appreciate it.
You did a good job on that. For once, I'm not just ready to come across the screen and choke you to death.
Which is
Adrian, you kind
difficult.
of remind me of Cousin It right now from the Addams Family.
I appreciate that.
I would half imagine your answers to be like that, inaudible and very bad. Very
Is
bad.
that like a strategy? Should we do that too?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably is a good idea.
Oh gosh, she's gonna
There
win.
you go. She
Oh
got
no,
it.
it's the girl from
Derek
that
and Matt are
movie.
fucked. They don't got the luscious locks.
It's the girl
That
from
is-
the movie.
I don't have those luscious locks. That's
That's
the game tour.
that's a scary movie right there. Watch out.
Bring on the next question.
Bring on the next questions, guys. After the ads, we now have moving into 2 more questions, and these questions are worth 5 points each.
Ooh, 5-pointers.
All right, so here's how this is going to work.
Serious?
Only one person is going to get 5 points. Only one person. So one team or the other will get it, but only one of you on each team is going to be the winner. It's whoever gets closest to the right answer. So pressure's on. Don't mess up. I got your answers here. So if you forget or you don't know anymore, I can tell you. But no cheating because I got the answers. This question is, how many bowls a week? How many bowls of shisha? Let me preface that. How many bowls of shisha a week does your teammate smoke? We asked our contestants to only select one number that they thought that their teammate would, how many bowls they packed. Derek, you're up first. How many bowls do you think Devin packs a week?
1.
1. Okay. Devin, how many bowls a week do you think Derek packs a week?
This is a tough question. Because like some weeks it's like 5, some weeks it's none.
Okay.
2. I said 2.
Your answer was 2, right in the middle between 0 and 5. Great. Matt, how many bowls a week do you think that Adrian is packing?
Okay. I guessed, and I'm trying to recall, so you're going to have to remind me for sure, but I think I said 10 bowls a week is what I think.
Plus 1. You said 11.
11
yes.
bowls. Okay. Originally, I was going to put 10 to 12. That was what I was originally going to put, but I couldn't do that, obviously. So 11 bowls is what I went with, because that one is in the middle of 10 and 12, actually.
It is. That is right in the middle. And Adrian, how many bowls a week does Matt pack?
I guess 7, because
Or
I believe
smoke.
he smokes on the nighttime after work, and I think he packs 1 a day, if I had to guess.
If you had to guess, 1 a day. So we've got Derek guessing 1, Devin guessing 2, Matt guessing 11, and Adrian guessing 7. Derek, what was your answer?
My answer was 3.
3. So that's a difference of
1.
Yeah, there you go. 1 difference. Devin, how many bowls a week do you pack? Or how many bowls of shisha a week do you smoke?
My answer was 0.
0. Okay.
What? Hold on. This is not why you're here. We brought you here because we thought you smoked hookah.
I smoked a lot of hookah, but like many weeks, I have really busy weeks.
So a majority of the time, you're not smoking during the week.
What she's failing to tell you is that she prefers to smoke when I pack her bowls.
True.
Oh, it's a bullshit hack.
Sometimes I smoke like 5 bowls a week.
But your answer was 0.
Because that's true.
Okay.
Most weeks it's nothing.
Hey, that's a good answer. Your lungs are healthier, I'm sure.
I work out a lot.
I work out. Matt, how many bowls a week do you smoke?
I think I put 6.
You answered 6. Adrian, how many bowls a week do you smoke?
It's not 13, is it?
Methodical. It's 21, Matt. I pack on average 3 bowls a day.
Oh.
So we have a bit of a tie.
Tie?
We have a bit of a tie.
Yeah, we both got wrong, so we're both at 5.
We were both off by 1.
And who's closest?
Well, it was the same distance.
No, it wasn't.
It was. Devin, you guessed 2. Derek's answer was 3. And
That's
Matt, you guessed, Adrian guessed 7, but Matt's answer was 6. I think because Adrian went over, we're going to do Price is Right style, and we're going to award the points to the Leather Hose District.
Oh.
I did not know about this rule going in. This is bullshit. You're fired.
We didn't know about any of the points.
They didn't know about the rules either, and that's okay. So we're going to get 5 points awarded to the Leather Hose District.
Oh,
Leatherheads coming in clutch. Really? 21 bowls a week, huh?
3 a day. But 3 by 7 is 21. I don't see
Yeah,
that's like
yeah. Devin, you're going to have to change your number to 1 from now on. I'm just saying. You're going to have to say 1. You make hoses with Derek. You know, you got to have some street cred.
So wait a
Gotta
minute.
say
So
1.
that means that they're 10 and we're 5?
That's correct, Matthew.
So it all comes down to this last question?
There are 2 more questions.
Oh, 2 more. Okay.
There are 2 more questions. 2 more questions.
Just ask the questions. I want to get this over with. I'm so mad right now.
So our next question is going to be set up in a very similar method in how we're going to award the points. 5 points up for grabs. Whoever gets it closest is going to win. Question we asked was, let me read it exactly because I've learned my lesson. How many bowls have you packed in your lifetime?
This one's so hard.
So, Devin, I'm expecting a big number because 18, that's a long time. Derek, how many bowls a week do you think Devin packs? Has she packed in her lifetime?
I guessed 150.
You guessed 150.
Mine was so off. No,
I have no idea where I got that number from, to be honest.
That's nothing. Wait till you hear mine.
All right. And Devin, how many bowls? I have to read this out because I didn't realize that Devin wrote me a paragraph here. How many bowls a week do you think that Derek
Paragraph? What?
has he packed in his lifetime?
Tons.
That's not a fucking answer, Devin.
That's what I said, okay? That's what I said.
She did not give me a number.
Why you gotta I said lots!
She said,
Yo, automatically we get it because we both answered the
Okay,
question.
can I guess now? Can I guess a number?
Fuck no.
We're gonna move on to Matt and Adrian now.
Wait, what?
That was not a good answer.
Matt,
ton?
how many bowls?
Not a good answer.
How many bowls has Adrian packed in his lifetime?
I was being funny.
Let's see.
She
You're
was
gonna
being
have
funny.
to definitely remind me what number I actually put, but I did use math in trying to figure this out for myself, and then also how many I thought Adrian smoked as well. Did I put
Yes.
like 7,000? Is that what I put?
Yes, you guessed Adrian has packed 7,000 bowls in his lifetime.
Do the math. That's not crazy.
That's not
It's
crazy.
not. It's actually not.
Adrian,
You may have
you're
done
up.
well.
How many bowls do you think? Adrian, how
I'm
many bowls?
embarrassed of this answer.
Oh no.
I mean,
Because
it's a 5-digit number.
It's a 5-digit number.
But I know that Matt's been smoking for twice as long as I have. And I know he hasn't always had 4 kids, so I assume there was a point in his life where he smoked probably like I smoke. 15,000?
Yeah, he guessed 15,000 bowls.
I appreciate that, but
He
yeah.
has iron lungs. He's been smoking since he was 18.
Hey, Devin, we can talk after this. I think all of us have a similar story to you. I mean, 18.
All right, guys, we're going to get into the answers now. Derek answered. How many bowls have you packed?
I answered, I think, 750.
He did. He guessed 750. Unfortunately,
Wrong.
I got lots.
Devin guessed a lot, and I don't know what that means. So I would default to 15,000 because that was the highest number listed. So we're going to assume that Devin thought Derek has packed 15,000 bowls, which would be a lot.
A ton.
And
a ton.
Devin, how many bowls have you packed in your lifetime?
I started when I was 13, 18.
Mm-hmm.
But since I introduced Derek, I haven't had to pack anything.
What was your number? You didn't put a number? You didn't put a number?
She didn't give me a number. That's okay.
You even said it. You said I haven't smoked since you packed.
Matt and Adrian, we are bouncing over to you guys.
Okay.
Matt
Yeah.
guessed 7,000 for Adrian. Adrian guessed 15,000, but both of you guys gave numbers. So we are really doing good here. And I think that it's really cool that you guys are both on a podcast together because you both gave me an answer that says I used math to get my answer.
Awesome.
And you both guessed 4,000 bowls would be the amount that each of you has packed in your lifetime.
Oh, wow. Do we get
What are
points
the
for
odds?
that?
So we're going to give the AM Hookah team the 5 points for this round. They
High
didn't get it
five.
right, but they did guess numbers.
High five,
Where are
Adrian.
you? Hold on. I got to
Other
figure out
direction.
where.
Other direction. Yeah, there
I
you
think
go. One.
it's here?
No, other way. Other way.
Dink?
Other way. Yeah, 1, 2,
That doesn't
3.
make sense.
500, maybe.
I think you're wrong.
No, I'm right. I promise.
My answer was
Don't look
zero.
at the appearance. It's this.
Oh,
over
you're
here.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Oh, I want to record that. I need to get that on audio loop now.
All right, guys, we have one more question. This is a 10-point question.
I forgot which one it is.
We're 10
This
to 10,
is the question that if each of you guess the other person's question right, we're going to give you 10 points. So there's a possibility of 20 points up for grab. That's a lot. And I'm pretty sure that
So none of this mattered, is what you're saying.
Well, you know what? It does matter because right now you guys are tied. Right now, each team has 10
Right.
points. And if you get the final question right, hey, you get to take home the trophy.
Oh, I can't wait. It's a beautiful trophy. It's a beautiful trophy.
It is a great trophy. All right, guys, here was the question that we posed to our contestants.
Let's get the question.
I have no idea.
What
Me
was
too.
the
I don't
first shisha flavor
Oh.
Oh,
you
we
ever tried?
get this.
What was the
If you
first
didn't get this,
shisha flavor that you ever tried?
if you didn't get
We're going to start with the AM team.
Okay.
Matt,
it's not really true, but
you guessed
I think I got it.
what flavor
I don't
as
want.
Adrian's first flavor?
I don't want to take anything away from what Adrian's facial expression may give me when I give this answer. So I'm going to close my eyes when I say this. But my guess, based upon where you live and the stories that you have told, my guess for the first flavor that you tried was a 2-apple flavor. That was my guess upon you. I'm closing my eyes. I don't want any facial feature reaction to you, but I guessed because of the stories you've told and where you live and everything that I can think of that I remember hearing, my guess was a double apple, 2-apple flavor of some kind.
That is your guess.
That's my guess.
Adrian, what was Matt's first flavor of shisha that he tried?
I had to think about this really hard. I spent days just poring over my notes and figuring it out. And I decided it's our first ever sponsor, baby, Blue Mist.
We're gonna let that chuckle sink in a little bit.
can we answer next? Now,
You guys are up 1 moment. So, Adrian, what was the first flavor you ever smoked? Matt guessed 2 apples.
Double apple, baby. I mean,
Yes,
I've
that
been
counts.
smoking that shit since
That
I
is
was
10 points awarded to the AM team. They are pulling ahead. If they get this right, they are now 20 points ahead, and the pressure will be on for the Leather Hose District to come clutch and tie it up. If everybody ties, we will cut the trophy into equal parts, and everybody will get one. Okay? No, everybody will get their own trophy. That's silly. Matt, what was the first flavor you smoked Was it Blue Mist?
The first flavor that I ever smoked was at a hookah lounge in Twin Falls, Idaho. I know I've told this story before, and the very first thing that we ever ordered at this hookah lounge was watermelon.
Watermelon. Oh, that is not Blue Mist.
It was actually a while before I ever got Blue Mist, believe it or not.
That is not Blue Mist. So what is
Wow.
happening right now for people in the chat, the AM Hookah team has left the door open
Oh, no.
for the Moses team to come in and steal the victory. They have to get both right. If they get both right, they win. Derek, what flavor do you think was the first flavor that your sister Devin ever tried?
It is Blue Mist.
Blue Mist. We're going to write that down. Devin, this is your turn to answer for Derek. Remember, I know your answers, so you can't change it, but what was Derek's first flavor that he tried?
I also said Starbuzz Blue Mist.
Starbuzz Blue Mist.
Wait a minute.
I just realized how whack this question is because they probably were the man.
Wait a minute. Didn't you load his first hookah for him or get him into hookah for the first time?
This is whack.
Oh, my God.
Guys, the questions are even. They are fair, and there is no bias.
This is bullshit.
Both teammates on the Leatherhead team have guessed Blue Mist. Blue Mist.
Oh.
If they both answer Blue Mist, they're winning. Derek, what was the first flavor that you ever smoked?
It was Blue Mist.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie. But we have one question left. The game is not over.
Yes, it is.
Derek and Devin have the opportunity to pull ahead, clinching victory, and not only making the best leather handmade hoses that you can buy, but also being the first ever champion of the AM Hookah Games. Devin, what was the first flavor that you ever smoked? If you answer Blue Mist correctly, I can see it here, so you can't change it. But if you answer Blue Mist correctly, you guys are going to win. What was your answer?
Blue Mist.
Oh, man. All right. Well, if you got some sounds or if you're at home, give a round of applause for our contestants. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
I have a sound that we can play.
Oh, yes. We have a sound bite. Here we go.
How well do you know your hookah friend? Is it enough to get this hookah win?
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Derek and Devin know their hookah friend, and it has been enough to get the hookah win.
Oh, no.
Thank you for having me. We appreciate it. We'll be back next time we do a game show, and it'll be awesome. Adrian, we're going to need you to take the sticker off your screen because that is not how the podcast works.
He's gone. He's left. He's left the building.
Guys, thank you for letting me host the game. I really appreciate it. Hopefully y'all had a good time. If you're in the chat and you liked it, go and comment on our Facebook page. Let me know if you liked the game, if you didn't like the game, how we can make the game better. And, yeah, appreciate it.
Are you ready to see your guys' trophy? Hey, Bracken, thank you so much for hosting. Can we give a quick round of applause to Bracken for doing an amazing job? Thank you so much, Bracken. Thank you. All right, we're gonna transition out of that now. All right, so appearing on your screen, even though I just realized Devin and Derek have no way to see what the YouTube page looks like at the moment, so you won't be able to see this until later. Do either of you have your Derek? Do you have your cell phone next to you anywhere?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can. How do I share this? Oh man, I can't get this. I don't know where there's no copy. There's oh well.
That is a nice fair use trophy.
I'll take care of it.
Yeah. So what's his name is going to send that over to you. Bracken is going to send that over to you right now. You'll be able to see it on your phone. And it is your guys' trophy. Congratulations. You have won this trophy. You guys are the absolute best. I can't believe it, Adrian. I thought we were going to make it. I really did. I thought we were.
I thought so too.
Yeah,
For a second.
we did worse than I thought we would.
I'm going to leave this trophy
The
up.
Blue Mist question was rigged, right? Because like they were there for each other's first bowls.
No, whoa. Wait.
Whoa.
I want something tangible.
I'll give you a trophy when I come and see you in New York. How's that sound?
I want to hold it.
I will give you a
All right.
trophy. All right.
Matt's bringing a trophy.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, that was.
I want a picture to confirm that the trophy was delivered, Matthew.
I will make that happen. You don't worry about that at all. That was fantastic for our very first game show. How well do you know your hookah friend? Is it enough to get this hookah win? Thank you guys so much for participating, being our guinea pigs for it. That was a blast. Now we're going to go ahead and jump over to the interview portion of it. If you guys could ever so kindly, please, if you guys are in the chat and you have a question that you would like to ask either Devin or Derek, drop that in the chat and use a question mark to begin it so that either Bracken or Captain Wetbeard can see that. And then we will be able to show that off we'll be able to ask that question after the fact. I want to put something on the page real quick. Hold on just a second, if you could, please. Got to bring that down there. I got to turn that back on. Okay, so also
Technical shit.
yes, if you could please give a like for the show. If you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, drop a like for Derek and Devin for kicking me and Adrian's ass. That was a fantastic time. But let's go ahead and get into the interview portion of it. This is kind of geared for both of you, a little bit more towards Derek just because he was on a year ago, and we want to find out what has been going on in the year since it has passed. So what is the biggest change since you were last on the show, Derek?
The biggest change for sure is that Devin's on board. When I was last on the show, I had just kind of been playing around with making the hoses. I wasn't official. I was doing some orders at the time, but not, nothing crazy. We did do the giveaway at that time, but Devin wasn't on board. In fact, at that time, she was really upset with me in pursuing the hoses the way that I was. So, that's a story Devin could tell. She was mad at me, but she eventually came on board and came around to the idea and saw the potential, and now she's on board, and I'm obviously very thankful for that. So that's probably the biggest single change since then, because that's opened the doors to do all the kinds of crazy stuff that you see us doing now, and what you own, and what we're working on every week to bring something totally new. So that's definitely the biggest change.
Okay. What is this story, if you don't mind sharing, Devin, of why you were so mad at Derek when he first started taking on this hose idea for hookahs?
All right. Hopefully it doesn't make me sound like a total butthead. But the reason I was upset was because Derek and I actually are business partners on a totally different business. And we were just getting off the ground and we started gaining some traction. And Derek was falling, deeper into this hookah hose business, and he was spending all of his time working on hoses and all that stuff. And I wanted to be happy for him, but at the same time, he was kind of leaving me hanging, doing all the work for the other business. And, then obviously he started gaining more traction and becoming more popular, and all he was doing was sewing. And by that time I was like, all right, well, I guess I can't leave my brother stranded. So I offered my help, and here we are.
Oh, okay. So just a ton of butthead. I got it. Sounds completely reasonable. Makes total sense. Just a ton. I got it.
I definitely deserve it, but I saw an opportunity, and I knew I needed to push through that startup phase to get us to where we are now at the time, and the time was right. So I had to do it. So
now, fast forward a year, I've been on board almost a year. I couldn't be more proud of him and where we are and what we've built. Now we have 2 successful businesses, and it's pretty cool.
Very, very cool. Adrian, do you want to go every other question on these, or how do you want to do it?
That's probably good. I just saw that you put them in the notes. I was not looking at the notes for this. I was just enjoying losing to Team Moses Hoses. But yeah, I do have the questions. And the next one, according to Matthew, who does these notes, is what is the most challenging hose you've had to make so far?
It's definitely the artwork ones.
So this is more towards Devin, maybe?
None of the artwork has really been challenging. It's actually really fun. I mean, I'm an artist through and through, and it's my passion. And so when I'm given a project, it's so fun for me to just figure out how to make it happen. I'm actually working on one that's a pretty big undertaking to start. But once I got it going, it's moving smoothly. Once I figured out I wanted to put Swarovski crystals on, Derek might have had a heart attack. That was fun.
When the bling came?
Yeah.
Well, so on that hose in particular, when she had mentioned she wanted to do it, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, do it. And I'm thinking she's going to put on 5. And then I went over her house and there's literally 30
No,
crystals
I told
on this
you.
thing.
I texted you. Derek said he was worried about the weight. And he mentioned something about how heavy it was going to be. And I was like, I don't know. There's only 49 crystals. And he's like, 49? What?
But I think definitely the hardest one we did was probably our first one. And that was the burned one we did for Paul.
I should tell the story.
And I think that was the hardest, not just because it was the first time we were challenged to do artwork through the whole hose, but with that one, it was a pattern that was the same. It was symmetrical on both sides. So not only did Devin's artwork have to be exactly the same on both sides, but then when it comes to me and I had to punch the holes and sew it, I also had to make sure the holes were punched exactly right so that the pattern lined up across the sewing portion.
Wait.
So most artwork doesn't line up like that, or doesn't have to line up like that because it's not equal on both sides. So that was the first one. So it was challenging in that. It was challenging the fact that we never really burned too much up to that point.
Yeah.
Devin's done artwork her whole life, but she's never done burning like that.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, having for us to both be precise, very precise on both ends of our portion of that hose. So that was probably our most challenging, I would say.
For Paul's hose though, that was like when I paint, I also mix up a color that's the exact background of the leather that I'm using, so that if like I have something that I don't like or anything, I can cover it up and no one will ever know. But for the burn, if I messed up even once, like the whole hose would have been ruined. So I sat down a couple times and like my heart was beating so fast that I had to go and eat something just so I could be calm to burn precisely.
If anyone has not seen Paul's amazing hose that he has, ask him, and I'm sure he'll be more than happy to show you it, because it is absolutely fantastic. It's very tribal looking. It's very reminiscent of the tattoo that he has. It's a very, very cool custom hose. When I first used that one when we went to Vegas, at that point I was like, I need to get one of these hoses. They are far too cool. I want this in my collection. I want to do something like this. It would be just too phenomenal not to have it. So that is really cool. Make sure you guys reach out to Paul and ask him. Paul, if you're here, I thought I saw you in the chat somewhere. Please post a picture on social networks and let people see that, because it is absolutely fantastic. All right, next question is Moses Hoses international yet? And if it is, what's that been like? If not, are you trying to become international?
Yeah, we are actually. We're international. We have customers in Denmark. We have customers in Germany. We just finished our first order for Australia. So we have become international. That has gained us both positive and negative attention.
Really?
Well, yeah, negative in the sense that when we've taken something that's been pretty standard for however many years. I mean, silicone even is pretty relatively new. It's not a traditional kind of hose. And we've really decorated in a way that's never been done before, and it pops on setup. So it gets attention, and people want to take that, what we've gained, and make it for themselves. And that's something that comes along with making something that's successful. So the more places we go, the more competition we also drum up. So it goes both ways. But it's been really cool to be international and see people all over the world wanting our product and also using our product on a regular basis. So it's really cool.
So kind of going off that same question real quick, I just want to ask, I know you don't do any heavy marketing. You don't try to push the product super hardcore like some people do and stuff. Do you do any sort of alt marketing for the international stuff anyway? Or is it a lot of people just reaching out to you?
That's what's so cool about this enthusiast community we have. It's small, but it's well represented everywhere. Whether you're in an American group or in a foreign group, you have people from all over the world in those groups. So there's nothing different that I do specifically to cater to international customers. They're finding us more and more. So, I'm getting more orders coming in from places that I'm not sure where they saw us. I don't know if it was in the groups or if it was on Instagram or if it was on Etsy, where our store is. So, I get orders now from all of those places. So we are getting more visibility without, really pushing it that much. And our business at this point is almost strictly custom. Because that's what people really want when they're spending the money for our product.
All right, very cool.
All right, so I believe that brings us to our fourth and, if I'm not mistaken, final question. And that's my favorite question so far. Future stuff. What's going on? Is there anything coming up that maybe everyone doesn't know about that you can maybe talk about?
I'll talk.
Go ahead.
I've been working on on the glow-in-the-dark paint.
Oh.
Actually, it's not paint, it's powder. So the powder to paint ratio is kind of hard to figure out. But I think that will be really cool to add. And I'm also working on maybe painting a base.
Oh, that would actually be really cool. I wonder if like the Lux base would look any good painted, because that's something I might look into. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, it's something that we want to do. When Devin has time to practice with that and making sure it's done in a way that'll hold up. But we think the base, like painting the base and having a hose to match, would give us a lot of options for taking a stem, not just a hose, and adding it to the the setup, but actually creating the setup minus the stem and the bowl. But that's a big thing for us. I did buy a sewing machine, so I haven't had too much time to mess around with it, but there are some things in the pipeline that I'd be able to make with those. Which I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but I have a base mat here.
I've seen those posted every once in a while. Those are kind of neat looking.
I made that one by hand, but it's not really a feasible product to make by hand because of the time that it takes for what it is. That was one reason I did want a sewing machine, so that I can make those at a reasonable price point for what it is. So that's something definitely in the near future we want to be putting out. We have gotten a lot of requests to sell the keychains separately.
Those are cool. Yeah, I love mine. I use mine.
It's a cool little thing, and it was just supposed to be just a little added value to our product, but people have really liked them. They look nice on the hookahs. They're really good for taking pictures, which as enthusiasts, we all like taking cool pictures of our setups that we spend this money on. So people have been asking for them separately. And that's something we will probably provide, something that people can afford, definitely very affordable, without having to, spend all the money on a leather hose if that's not what they have the money or the funds for.
Right.
That's something else too.
Very cool. So we have a couple of questions from the chat that we're going to go ahead and jump over to now. The first question actually comes from my wife, Bridget. She says, who's older between the two of you?
Guess.
Derek,
I want to say Derek because I'm smart.
Yeah.
Derek is older. All right.
Actually just turned 28 and I am 26.
Oh, I am so old. I am
Derek,
so very
you are old.
As she reminded me last week when it was my birthday, I'm approaching 30. So
yeah, you're getting up there, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm already here. So it's exciting times and it feels fantastic. You'll love it, I promise. Happy.
I am also 26, so I got 4 whole years before that becomes an issue.
Oh my goodness! But a happy late birthday to you, Derek, because that is true. Your birthday was actually on the Super Bowl, wasn't that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
It always falls around the Super Bowl, so I always get to see my friends on the Super Bowl, which is nice.
And you got the best present ever.
Won it last year.
And you got the best present ever, though, correct? With the Patriots winning.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured it out, like the number of Super Bowls I've watched, like since I've been old enough to know what the Super Bowl is. I basically had to watch Tom Brady about 50% of my birthdays at this point. And he's the best, but I'm kind of tired of it. But I got the best gift I could ever want, and I always wanted, which was the Eagles Super Bowl win last year. So I can't be too disappointed in that.
That was pretty fantastic. All right, you want to take do you have the chat open, Adrian?
I do have the chat open. Is someone pulling questions though?
Yeah,
because I haven't been paying attention to it.
It's our chat.
Our chat personally under the Facebook, I would imagine.
Yeah. I'll ask.
I paid no attention to that this episode, so I do apologize.
Okay, I'll grab
ask the next one, Matt.
Yeah, I'll ask the next one. So if the hookahologists Naphael asked next. What was the first hose that you actually made, and do you still have the first hose that you made? I thought this was a great question for a number of reasons.
Yeah, so the first hose I ever made for myself was I just took my my D hose and I wrapped it in some red leather I actually bought to make hats with, because that's kind of one of the first things I started making in my free time was hats. So I bought it to do like the front brim part in leather. And it's 3 pieces of leather sewn together. It's a Franken hose. I actually used it a few weeks ago for nostalgia. It's the only one that fits my VZ, so I used that on my VZ. But the first hookah that was ever public, actually Adrian owns. He got it. I was his match on the THL Secret Santa. And made that first hose that went to somebody in the community was to Adrian through that.
Super funny story. When I got that box, I had forgotten about the Secret Santa thing, so I opened it up, and it looked like just coal. So I was like, oh, this fucking guy, whoever this was. And it wasn't until the next day I was going to throw the box out after pulling the coal out. I was like, this is kind of heavy. So I tore it all the way open, and I was like, oh, there's some other shit in here. And it turned out to be the first Derek Moses hose. I was just about to go and get it, but it's actually not with me at the moment, so that doesn't work very well. But I have it. Haha.
Yes, you'll need to take a picture of it and show it off on the Instagrams and stuff like that.
Yes.
So we have some more questions. Go ahead.
All right. Next question is from Tommy, aka the Hookologist. How do we get a custom hose like Matt's? Taints hose? Is that
Titans?
I don't know how to.
Titans
Hose. Titans. So yeah, Taints. Taints hose, but for Green Bay Packers. Basically, he wants to know how I can get a Green Bay Packers hose.
Yeah, just contact me personally on Facebook. That's probably the best way. I talk to most of my customers through Facebook, so you just hit me up there. I'll show you all the options for different kinds of leather, and Devin obviously will do her magic in painting you exactly what you're looking for.
Awesome. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. It's such a well-made hose. I absolutely love the leather on it, and the artwork on it I think is absolutely fantastic as well. It was a surprise to me on my birthday. My wife invaded the podcast and actually gave it to me. It was a really, really cool moment. It's one of my favorite things that I've ever been a part of, and it's honestly like my favorite hose that I have in my collection for a number of reasons, besides the fact that it's just a really cool Tennessee Titans hose and stuff like that.
That moment was one of my favorite moments too in hookah, and I think Devin would probably agree because we all knew it was happening. We didn't tell Adrian that it was happening either, so he had no idea. We knew what she was going to do, and it was really neat because we were in the chat, and everybody in the chat knew how much you wanted this hose and how long you've wanted that hose. So for you to finally get it and to get it live on the podcast where you've done so much for the community was really special, and holds a special place in both of our hearts.
It made me cry.
I was in the middle of tears. I was absolutely flabbergasted. I love it so very much. All right, so moving on to Robert Pope. He says, do you have an idea for a sustainable hose, like an all leather hose, non-washable? So something with
sustainable is the word you're looking for.
Sustainable. For a sustainable hose, so maybe something without silicone.
That's the kind of thing that's existed for a long time. The goatskin leather hoses. That's the traditional kind of version of a leather hose. So we never really wanted to go that way because we wanted to bring that kind of style and that kind of luxury into the modern hookah world. And I feel like most people aren't going to want to spend that kind of money on a leather hose to be stuck with one leather. Right. So it's not something we ever thought to pursue. I don't really think it'll ever be something we pursue. Because
it feels like the demand might be pretty niche there too.
Yeah.
Very.
We're already pretty niche as it is for what we provide. So I feel like it would just be even more limiting at that. So it's not something I think we will ever pursue.
Okay.
And then let's see here. The next one is from Eddie Paul, Chung Eddie. How much trial and error did you have to go through before determining the best leather weight?
It was a lot of trial and error. My first hose was like I said, the Franken hose. You could tell that it's just kind of strung up. It's around there and it's tight, but it's you can see the gaps to the silicone. You can see all that. I had to experiment, and I still do experiment with different ways to punch the holes. I tried all kinds of leathers. I practiced with pleather a lot in the beginning, just to so spending the extra money on leather. And those hoses, they were fine, but people think that pleather just directly replaces leather, and it does for aesthetic purposes, but it doesn't for strength purposes. So
right.
I was the biggest thing I was trying to figure out was the perfect balance between a light and flexible silicone and a heavy enough leather that will allow that silicone to still flex without it kinking. So that was a big challenge because most of the leather hoses that are out there, actually all of them that I've been told, were just really heavy and bulky. So we wanted to get away with the thinnest possible silicone that was super flexible, that would also allow us to sit on the hookah perfectly like this without thinking, without the need for springs or anything like that.
Right.
So
The spring would ruin the aesthetic, I think.
Yes.
Right. So all kinds of different size hoses and different kinds of thickness of the walls and the leather. Once I found the leather, that I was pretty set on that. I know kind of what kind of leather I need to find moving forward wherever I'm purchasing it from. But that balance was the tough part because people have, and they are heavier, but they have the flexibility still of your standard hose, I would say. And that's what people are most impressed with, I think.
Okay. So someone in the chat, it looks like Cameron in the chat, he keeps saying that, can I have the Al Jamal hookah that you have? Cameron keeps asking it over and over again, and I'm afraid that he might riot or try to destroy our YouTube server if I don't say something. So can Cameron have your Al Jamal hookah, Derek?
He asks me that every week, and the answer doesn't change, and that's absolutely fucking not. And I tell him that he can come to try to get it from me, but it's a really, really, really heavy brass, and I'm not afraid to hit him with it.
Oh, man.
Fantastic.
Come at
Yes, everyone attack all at once. Maybe then you'll get it. The final question is, it looks like from Tommy, as you know, we are partnered up with THL, and that you are obviously representing by those awesome sweatshirts that you're wearing. Do you have a place where you can actually purchase those kinds of sweatshirts?
Yeah, these sweatshirts are available on our Teespring. I will post the link afterwards. I think it's Teespring/the Hookah Lounge. But I want to post the link because I'm not 100% sure on that. But we have all kinds of T-shirts up there. This happens to be my favorite one. I have the same thing in a tank top. You can get all sorts of different T-shirts on there. We have like for Cole Gang on there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy to hear different hashtags that became popular in the community. And all proceeds go to Wounded Warrior. So
very cool.
We don't take profits from that. We donate anything that we would make on those straight to the Wounded Warriors. So it's part of a cause, and it's something that's close to us. And we have a lot of veterans in our community too, and we're thankful for their service.
That's very cool. We also have merch that we sell as well for the AM Hookah Podcast. If you guys are interested in it, you can actually follow the link that gets distributed whenever you type in the phrase "I merch." This is obviously to help support the show. If you guys are interested in a way to support the show, that's one way that you can do it. Obviously, if you sub to the channel, hit that bell icon so you know the moment that we go live is another way. If you go and support the people that support us, like over at Prestige Bubbles, Coconut Charcoal. Yes, go and get some of their charcoal. Very good stuff. We really appreciate that stuff a ton. But I think that's going to actually wind us down towards the end of our show. Correct me if I'm wrong, Derek. I believe you had something that you wanted to say towards the end of the show.
Yeah, there's something that, by coming back on the show and just thinking about where I've come and the community in general, that I just wanted to say about what makes our community special. And something I came to a realization just by making all of these products. So something I've always told Devin, she's so talented. I wanted her to sell her artwork. From the time she was old enough, I wanted her
18.
to put herself out there and sell her talents, because she is omni-talented. She can do it. She can do anything.
Don't make me cry.
And so I always got this excuse or that excuse. And, what I came to the realization of is that an artist has two things that they put into a product. They have obviously the time that they want, to get paid for, which artists do get paid for. But what they don't normally get a return on their investment is the emotional investment that goes into a product that's handmade like this. And that's what makes selling artwork so hard for an artist to do, because they feel like they lose a piece of themselves in that emotional input that they put into a product. Now, what makes this community so special, and what I'm so appreciative of, is it's not like that with hookah. And I didn't realize this till I make my own products. And Devin's been willing to do all this paint work. We get paid, and we get paid what I think is the fair price for our product. But in addition to that, the people that we sell to, you guys here, the people watching, the whole community at large, they are so appreciative of our work on an emotional level. everything that they put into the product in developing it, we take them along that process because it's very personal to them. There's an exact personal reason that they wanted that hose. And to see people using them every day and to wanting to talk about it and to wanting to show it to other people and spread, our product to the community is just so special. We really get that emotional return, and that's what makes us so willing and able to do it. Because I didn't understand this about Devin growing up, telling her to sell her stuff, but I get it now. And all of you guys are just really special to us. I'm proud of what she's done. I'm proud of what we're able to do together, and I can't wait to see what we do next. And I'm so appreciative for that. I really can't say that enough.
That's awesome. That's absolutely fantastic. Is there anything you'd like to say, Devin? I feel like you should say something, Devin.
I don't have anything very profound to say, but I'm really I don't want to cry. No, I'm just really thankful for you guys, and that's all.
All right. Well, thank you.
Perfect.
We appreciate your guys' talents so very much. That's for sure. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for this edition of the AM Hookah Podcast. It's been an absolutely fantastic time, obviously. You can find us all over the internet. Adrian, if people are looking for you on the internet, where can they go to find you?
Well, if you want to watch some hookah reviews, tutorials, unboxing, shit like that, you can check me out at Pipe Dream Hookah on YouTube. For hookah porn or my dead Twitter feed, you can go to _Pipe Dream for that content. This is what my face looks like. By this point, you should know my name. Find me on Facebook. And then that's it for me.
You can find me, Matt Dezen, on the stuff that I'd go through, just with my name, Matt Dezen. You can find me on Facebook at Matt Dezen. You can find my Twitter account at @OnlyMattDezen. You can find my Instagram at @OnlyMattDezen as well. If you're looking for the podcast, you can find us all over. You can find us on Twitter at AM Hookah Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at AM Hookah Podcast. You can find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/AM Hookah, right here on YouTube, obviously, where we'd appreciate a sub, a share, a like, and all that fun stuff, obviously. Let me think if there's anything that I'm missing. Oh, yeah, make sure you go and check out our merch store. We would appreciate that, obviously, if you're interested in picking up a sweatshirt like Paul has or anybody else. Or if you want to get some socks like Mr. Bracken Cox, you can get yourself some socks like he has. It'll be absolutely fantastic. Bracken is just like over here having a ball. He's just trying to make us giggle the entire time through, which I think is fantastic. And don't forget about our wonderful sponsor, Prestige Bubbles, as well. You can pick up their charcoal at a number of great online realtors as well. What about the Moses Hoses Corporation? Where can we find you? And also just you two in general, if you want to shout out those accounts as well.
Yeah, congrats on the sponsorship of Prestige, by the way.
They
are my favorite coals, so that's
too.
really awesome. Those jumbo flats are my go-to. I love them. So congrats on that. That's really awesome.
I would have Adrian show you the box, but he just boxed it away.
Yeah, he just threw it far across the room.
Sorry, Edmund.
You can find us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/MosesHoses. You can find us on Instagram, Instagram.com/MosesHoses. You can find us on our Etsy page. Easiest way to find that is just MosesHoses.com. We also have product up for sale on StoneHookahBowls.com. So shout out to Brandon. Thank you for your continued support and for putting some of our product up on your page. And you can find me, Derek Moses, on Facebook. I take a lot of the custom orders straight through my Facebook. So don't hesitate to friend request me and send me messages. I love talking to you guys about ideas. And Devin is Devin Moses. You can message her.
I'm hoping to also start putting my art up on my Instagram that I changed to Devin Does Design. D3.
Oh, very cool. Very cool name. Bridget would just said real quick, and I'm going to shout this out just because she's my wife and I'm trying to be good as a husband. She said, "I loved working with you two. I'm such an indecisive person, and you helped me with every decision." So she's very thankful. Working with you, she said, was always very simple and easy. And after everything was said and done, she said that it was a great experience. Completely. We'll hold on a second. Robert Poe. I just noticed the chat right now. It says Robert Poe says, "Wait, how tall? Ever about making a cover for a new hose?"
Matt, you can't.
Can you translate? Can you translate that for me, please?
I'm going to translate this. Have you guys ever thought about making a cover for a new hose?
A cover for a new hose.
Like a disposable hose.
Oh.
No.
No.
Too much work goes into this.
Yeah, that's what I figured the answer would probably be.
There's your answer.
That's another reason why we wouldn't want to make just straight leather hoses.
We want you to cherish it, not throw it away.
All right, fantastic. That's going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the show. We appreciate everything that you guys are doing to support us. We appreciate Derek and Devin for coming onto the show so very much. Your trophy is in the middle of the screen. You will get a picture of it. You can flaunt it, show it, use it however you want to. Congratulations. I will bring you a trophy when I go to New York. I will bring you a trophy. I will bring you a trophy.
Around my neck, like 2 chains.
Oops.
Oh, no.
Oh, goodness. All right. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the show. Thank you so much for listening to it. We appreciate you. And as always, until next time, keep on smoking. See you later.